Morning. Today is the feast of the 7 holy founders of the Order of Servites, common saints that everybody knows and probably invokes daily in your house. Who are these guys? These were some rich Florentine men from the 13th century who, from very wealthy families in Florence, which was kind of like the financial hub of the time. And they were called by God to a life of austerity, to a life of poverty, to a life dedicated to venerating the Blessed Mother. And so a few things that they were known for was, one, that austerity, two, seeking out holy friendships, the 7 of them together, and then finally fostering that devotion to Our Lady. Our Lady appeared to them, they built a church in her honor, and they were known for their great pastoral works, and so they're officially known as the Servants of the Blessed Mother. It was the religious order that they established. And it's appropriate that they give this good model of brotherhood, though they're not blood brothers. And then, of course, in the reading here from Genesis, we see this bad example of brotherhood where Cain slays Abel because God was pleased with Abel's sacrifice, and Cain was jealous of that. And we look, and that's really kind of the source of human conflict, is jealousy. Somebody else was pleased with something that my brother did, and then not so much with what I did. That reminds me of elementary school PE class with my mean old PE teacher, Mrs. Davis. May she rest in peace. But I mean, she was that stereotypical just mean PE teacher. She sounded like a man when she talked, and she used to always ask, she said, "Why aren't you as good at sports as your brother?" And I was like, "Oh, because I'm not. I'm a little, weakling, so don't hurt me, please." It causes resentment that, you don't let go of. I'm kidding. I let go of that a long time ago. But we see this example of Cain and Abel, right? And Cain is just so resentful, and then God kind of punishes him. He's like, "All right, well, you're just gonna have to roam the earth and suffer and basically think about what you did." And then we have the juxtaposing example of these 7 holy men who founded this order, and they live in community. They live in poverty. They live trusting in the providence of God. They live lives striving to do God's will, leading others closer to God to do His will, and growing in holiness together, being examples of brothers who support each other, who help each other to grow, who help others to grow as well, and who became examples even 700 years later for us to look at and say, look at these guys living their lives of holiness. And even though they had everything, even though they had the pinnacle of luxury of the time, being from these wealthy families and living in a very prosperous city, they still renounced it, they still gave it up, and they still decided to follow God. And so I think that is the example for us today as we continue to reflect in this time leading up to Lent. Let us ask the intercession of the 7 holy founders of the Order of Servites that they may help us to better embrace austerity, that we may enter into prayer, fasting, and almsgiving, and that we may be able to truly trust God in all things.